Hello and welcome back to a new season of The Entrepreneur's Anchor, the podcast where we explore how spirituality isn't just a philosophy, but a practical tool for building a resilient and meaningful business. I'm your host, Naveen Kumar Selvaraj, and for over 2 decades, my journey has been a constant process of unlearning and relearning. This season's theme is flexible steel, and in this first episode, we're going to dive deep into what it means to be both strong and adaptable in an age of constant disruption. You see, the world is changing at an unprecedented pace. What worked yesterday may not work today, and what works today will almost certainly be obsolete tomorrow. As entrepreneurs, our natural instinct is often to hold on tight, to double down on what we know. We mistake rigidity for strength. But I have learned that true strength, like that of a flexible steel, isn't being unyielding. Rather, it's being strong enough to bend without breaking. The key lies here in understanding which parts of your business are the immutable steel core and which are the flexible, adaptable outer layers. This is the central spiritual inquiry of our time as business leaders, and it is a practice that can save your enterprise from ruin. Uh, okay. I'll give you an example. Think about a mighty tree. Its trunk is strong and anchored in the ground, but its branches sway and move with the wind. Now, this tree that is completely rigid is the one most likely to snap in a storm. In the business world, the storm is disruption, new technology, shifting market trends, unexpected crisis, etc., etc., and etc. Your core values, your purpose, your why. This is your steel core. It should never bend. This is your non negotiable foundation. It's the very reason why you started in the first place, the moral compass that guides every major decision. This foundational purpose is what gives your business its soul and its lasting power. But your business strategies, your methods, your processes, now those are your branches. They must be flexible. Too often, we cling to old ideas with a steel like grip, mistaking a failing strategy for a core value. A spiritually grounded entrepreneur knows the difference. They possess the discernment to distinguish between their ultimate purpose and the tactical means they use to achieve it. Now, this requires a spiritual practice of humility and presence. It's the willingness to unlearn what no longer serves us. I have a saying that my greatest asset isn't what I've learned, but what I've unlearned. It's the ability to look at a failed project or a new market opportunity and say, I was wrong, this is not the way forward. Now, this isn't weakness, it's a profound act of self awareness and strength. The chaos of today isn't a problem to be controlled. Rather, it's an opportunity to shed outdated beliefs and grow into new, more powerful version of yourself and your business. We must shed our attachments to methods and models that have passed their expiration date. Now, I have no better way of saying that, but this is a difficult, sometimes very painful process, mainly because it is the ego that wants to be right, to prove that its initial plan was perfect. The spirit, however, knows that true evolution requires letting go. Now, considering a moment in my own journey. Now, early in my career, I was managing a team that had a very specific manual process for client onboarding. It was a process I had personally built and refined over years. I was deeply attached to it. So when new software emerged that could automate almost 80% of the work, somehow my initial reaction was resistance. I argued that the personal touch of our manual process was a core part of our brand. I saw the new technology as a threat to my expertise and, in turn, my company's identity. My team, however, saw it as an opportunity for efficiency. It was a moment of true internal conflict. So, was the personal touch a core value, or was my specific manual process simply a method I'd become attached to? Through meditation and deep self reflection, I realized the core value was not the manual process, but the relationship and trust we build with our clients. The process was just a tool. By embracing the new software, we freed up our team's time to actually deepen those client relationships, making a core value even stronger. I had to practice flexible steel. I had to let go of the old method to evaluate our true purpose. Now, this kind of discernment is a direct outcome of a disciplined spiritual practice. It's about quietening the noise of the ego and listening to the deeper wisdom within. The world will continuously push you to react, to panic, to cling to the past. Your anchor is the spiritual discipline that allows you to pause, reflect, and choose a path of conscious evolution. This is not just good for business, it's actually essential for your personal growth itself as a leader. It makes you, a more responsive, innovative, and ultimately a more impactful entrepreneur. Now, without this anchor, you're simply a ship without a rudder, tossed about by every new wave. Your ability to bend is a direct reflection of your inner strength and your connection to your purpose. Now, that's the kind of strength that endures, right? Now, let's see how we can put into practice. I'll call this a spiritual audit of your business. Now, take a moment, perhaps in a quiet space later today, tomorrow, whenever you want, to reflect. What are the beliefs or strategies you're holding on to out of comfort or fear rather than from a place of conscious choice? Is there a product line you keep because it's what you've always done, even though it's no longer profitable or aligned with your purpose? Is there a management style you're clinging to that is stifling your team's creativity? The spiritual work here is to sit with the discomfort of letting go. Don't rush to fix it. Just acknowledge the attachment. Write it down. Acknowledge the fear that comes with releasing it. Then commit to a small, actionable step this week to test a new approach. Now, this is how you build the muscle of flexible steel. This could be as simple as delegating a task you've always done yourself, or having an open-ended conversation with your team about a process that feels outdated. Now, this audit is not about condemnation, it's about liberation. It's about moving from a place of reaction to a place of conscious action. Thank you for joining me on this first episode of Season 2. Your ability to bend is your true strength. Please subscribe and share this podcast with someone who needs an anchor in their entrepreneurial journey. Now, next week, we'll dive into finding spiritual wealth from scarcity to abundance, a powerful topic about shifting your mindset around money and success. Until then, as always, stay grounded, keep building with purpose, and remember, your spirituality is your greatest asset. See you next time.